Recording in progress. Okay, guys. So for anybody who doesn't know me, I assume that many people already met me and met Norma, but I'm Alex Mongolov, AM Realty Petaluma. I'm here with my wonderful partner Norma. We are
Hello.
introducing a special program for the first-time homebuyers today, and we're having an excellent lender who I work with on a daily basis, and I had many successful transactions in the past. Krishneel Sharma from Summit Fund in Petaluma.
Hey, everybody. It's very nice meeting you. Thank you for being here.
Okay. Krishneel, a few words about yourself. How long have you been in business? What you're doing? How great you are?
Oh, great question. I have been doing home loans for 17 years now. I've been with Summit Funding for 10 years. My office is located in downtown Petaluma. And I started in the mortgage industry when I was 19. I graduated from high school and I was going to junior college. And someone said, "You're really good at talking with people. You should think about doing real estate." And I thought about doing real estate, and then I saw how hard the test was, and I decided to do home loans instead. And so that's my story, and that's how long I've been doing home loans now. So I just absolutely love helping first-time home buyers and getting people into homes and realizing what they call the American dream. I think it's one of the greatest things you could do.
And on this note, Krishneel is super creative lender. So, transactions which we had, they were very tricky sometimes. And many lenders rejected people who actually closed on the house with me and Krishneel. The lender said, you have to wait a certain amount of time. You need to boost up your credit score. You need to work on your income, on your down payment. And Krishneel finds the way to go around all this, and he's a very creative person. I really, really like it and appreciate it. And thank you for your business, Krishna.
Oh, thank you, Alex. I really appreciate you as well.
Yeah. All right. So today we're talking about something super new to the home buyers. Can you tell us what happened on Monday?
Yes. So on Monday, CalHFA, which is a government and California entity, came out with a new first-time homebuyer loan, and it's called the California Dream for All Shared Application Loan Program. And so Alex is going to ask me some questions about it today, and I will answer them. And then any questions you have, if you could put them in the chat, would love to answer them. I think it's one of the best down payment assistance programs that's ever came out in the state of California.
So can you let's start from the very beginning. I'm the first-time home buyer. I want to buy a house in California. I don't know where to go. There is no down payment I have. What's happening?
Gotcha. Okay, so if you're a first-time, this program is made for first-time home buyers. And so what that means is that you have not had ownership in a home in the past 3 years. And we verify that by looking at your tax returns. And then we also do a background check. But this program gives you 20% of the home purchase price towards your down payment and closing costs. So this is the first absolute true zero money out of pocket program that exists out there.
So what exactly do you mean, like zero? Like
zero, I mean absolutely zero. If you qualify for a $500,000 home loan, for example, and we utilize this program, you could buy a home without spending a single dollar of your own money.
So my first question is, you said person hasn't been a homeowner for 3 years. Let's say I filed bankruptcy, I lost the house, I sold the house more than 3 years ago. Do I qualify?
You do qualify. You are considered a first-time home buyer.
Great. So that's pretty clear, right? That's actually excellent news, because even if you filed bankruptcy, if you did something like called short sale, if you sold the house 5 years ago, you still qualify for this program. That
is correct. That is correct.
Okay. In terms of the income and the credit score requirements, what are the requirements?
So this is a conventional loan, and they require a 680 credit score. And so for some reason, if your credit score is under that, we could help with credit repair in the meantime. And then the income limits are based on the county at which you live in. And I could pull up a couple of the counties right now, just to give you, for example, what the income limits are. So if we're looking in Sonoma County, the income limit in Sonoma County is $223,000. So that means you can make up to $223,000 or less, and you will qualify. Now, the specifics on the program is what we call application income. And what that means is if one person in your household makes $220,000 and the other person makes $30,000, we don't have to use their income in qualifying.
I made you host, Krishneel, so you can share your screen. Maybe you can
Yeah.
show it. It will be easier for people to.
Yeah, let me, so I'm going to put up this, let's see, share screen 2. Here we go. Can you see that?
Not yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
There we go. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Okay. So here are the income limits for the entire state and any county that you would want to purchase in. So for example, Sonoma County right here, 223,000. In, let's say you're looking for a home in Marin County. In Marin County, the income is $300,000. And then there's also, I know some people look in Lake County. And Lake County in here is $159,000. So the county at which you look in is where the income is determined.
Okay, so I see Aisha asked the question. She doesn't really understand what's going on. So let's just talk about it further. This is the income limits for the household, correct?
That is correct. And when we say income limits, application income limits. So if you, in Sonoma County, if you make $223,000 or less, you are able to apply for this program.
And that's per household. So if 2 people or 3 people making 223 in Sonoma County, they may qualify.
Exactly right.
Okay. All right. If you're making less than 223,000 a year.
A year.
A year. If you're doing one person, I mean, if you have, okay, let's say it's a single person, it's not a household. It's still, you still have to have maximum 223, right?
Correct, exactly right. It could be a combination of everyone or just one individual.
Okay. Now, in terms of the credits, so you mentioned conventional loan. What exactly does it mean?
That's a great question. So a conventional loan is, there's 3 different loan categories. There's conventional, FHA, and VA. VA loans are for veterans. FHA loans are not only for first-time home buyers, but a low down payment option. All FHA loans carry mortgage insurance. And then there's conventional loans. And you are placed in one of those boxes based on your credit score. Because this loan program gives you a 20% down payment, that's why it requires a 680 credit score, because a conventional loan is the best option with the lowest payment available to you.
Okay. And you mentioned mortgage insurance. How much it affects your monthly payment by?
So it depends. Let's take, for example, you have a buyer who wants to purchase a home with the minimum down payment of 3.5% on a $600,000 home. If you compare that FHA loan to this conventional loan with the down payment assistance, your payment would be $800 less per month.
It's a great saving.
It's a huge savings.
Okay. And on FHA loan, as much as I know about FHA loans, you have to pay that mortgage insurance for the whole entire loan life, right? So
That
for
is
30
correct.
years, you still have to pay mortgage insurance.
For the life of the loan or until you're able to refinance out of an FHA loan.
Right. In this case, you just the government basically gives you the money and say, here we go, 20% down payment. You don't need to make any payments on your mortgage insurance. Just use it.
That's correct.
Where is the catch? Because people say like, okay, there's no free money.
There's got to be a catch, right? So there is a payback, and the way it works is that the 20% down payment that they give you has a zero interest and zero payments for the life of the loan. So if you kept the loan for 30 years, there is no interest and no payments. At the end of the 30 years, you will have to pay them back the 20% down payment that they gave you, and you have to share with them 20% of the equity gained in your home. So when you first hear that, it sounds like a big cost, but I could give you a simple breakdown of how this loan is actually beneficial and not a cost. So let's take this $600,000 home, for example, where you have an FHA loan, and I'm just making up this payment, but this payment is $4,000 a month. And then you take this same $600,000 home with the free down payment from the state of California, and now your payment is $3,200 a month because it's $800 lower. So let's say you keep this home for 5 years, and 5 years you decide to sell. Well, in 5 years, the home has roughly gone up $100,000 in value with natural appreciation. Natural appreciation in the state of California is roughly 3% per year. And so that means your home will gain roughly $18,000 to $20,000 in value every year. So 5 years has passed, and you come back to Alex or Norma and you say, hey, I want to sell my home, but I did the California Dream for All program. So the home has gone up $100,000 in value. So you owe them 20% of that gain. So you'd have to pay them $20,000. Well, here's the beauty of the program. Over the last 5 years, we saved you $800 a month in payments. That equates to roughly $7,000 a year. Times that by 5 years, which would be $35,000. So we saved you $35,000 in payments, and you only have to give them $20,000 of your gained equity. So really, by owning this home, you gained $95,000 total.
Can you refinance it?
You can refinance, and the rules are the same at the time of refinance. If you refinance in 5 years, you pay back the 20% down payment plus 20% of your equity. So the rules are exactly the same.
Okay, let's say that I do have some money. I have money saved, and I want to decrease my monthly payment as much as I can. So I can borrow 20% down, and I can add my money. How much money can I add?
You're able to add an additional 10% of your own funds. There's no clear reason why you can't do more right now on the program. That's just what the program rule is, that you can add an additional 10% of your own money.
Okay. So is asking, so we only pay 20% of the equity gain, not the entire value of the house. That's correct.
That's correct. That's correct. That's a great question. Yes. So if you bought the home for $600,000 and it goes up to $700,000, you don't pay 20% of the $700,000. You pay 20% of the $100,000 gained. That was a great question.
Now, if I don't want to, like, 20% down is great, but for whatever reason, I don't have any money for closing costs. Can I use some of this money of 20% for the closing costs?
Absolutely. I'll give you an example. So we just locked in one of these programs on Monday on a brand new home construction. The purchase price was $685,000. The buyers on this home did not have their own closing costs. So what we did is we took the 20% down payment, we used 15% of the money towards down payment, and we used the remaining 5% to pay all their closing costs and pay off their mortgage insurance. So they still got a loan with no mortgage insurance and absolutely zero money out of pocket.
Okay. Okay. What if I decide to not, I don't want to use 20% down, whatever reason, I don't want, I'm thinking that 30 years later, I don't want to pay back 10%.
20% of your gained equity.
Right? I want to borrow only 10% for whatever reason. Can I do that?
That's a great question. There is a rule in here that you can borrow only 10%, and then you only have to do a 10% equity share in the future.
Okay, that's a great point, but you would still have to pay mortgage insurance, right? Because you don't put.
That's correct. You would have mortgage insurance.
Okay. Why do you think California does it for people?
You know what? I don't know, but I do think affordability has become very expensive in the last couple of years, especially with the interest rate increase. And so I think this is California's way to kind of battle the inflation of home prices. And quite frankly, it's the best program I've ever seen them release. I've never seen one as good as this one.
Do you know how much money they're going to give away?
Yes. So currently the pool of money is roughly $500 million. Now, I know that number sounds big, but the average down payment borrowed is going to be roughly $150,000. So there's going to be roughly 4,200 people to 4,400 people in the state of California that will be able to take advantage of this program. And that's why I think it's so important to get this information out here, because I believe the program will run out of money, or funds as they call it, within 60 to 90 days. So it would be important to get pre-approved and start looking for homes immediately.
Okay, because it's not an unlimited program. There is definitely a limit. First come, first serve basis.
Correct. And you can't secure the money until you have a home in contract. So if we got you pre-approved for this program and 6 months from now you find a home, the program may not exist in 6 months.
Okay. And I'm sorry, I didn't catch it. How many people do you think is going to benefit from it, roughly?
4,200 to 4,400 people in the state of California for the initial run that they've done.
Okay. Just for your information, people, only in Sonoma and Marin County last year, there was 7,000 sales for the whole year. So 7,000 homes was sold last year. It shows you in only 2 counties.
Yeah.
So just think about it. The whole huge California with 40 million population, how many homes will be sold and how soon this program will be run out? Pretty fast, I think. Right?
Yeah, I agree. It's gonna go quickly.
Are there any limits? Like, what type of property can you buy with that?
Must be a single family residence, condo, or townhouse. Cannot be a 2-unit property.
Can
And
it be a mobile home?
Cannot be a mobile home, unfortunately, even on a permanent foundation.
Okay. What are the requirements for the condition of the house? Can it be fixer upper?
Yeah, so there is minimum living standard conditions for a home. Fannie and Freddie Mac, which are the entities that lend all money, have a minimum standard of a home. The minimum standard of a home is that it must have a cooking source, a stove, must have a heating source, which is an HVAC system, no broken windows, no active leaks. So those are minimum standards of a home. So you could imagine what a home could potentially look like. Now, as a word of advice, I would not use this program on a fixer-upper. And the reason I would not use this program on a fixer-upper is any equity that you build into the home from your sweat equity would just be extra money that you have to share back with the program when you decide to sell or refinance.
Okay, that makes sense. There are any limits, like how big of a house can I buy? Like how expensive the house can be?
Great question. The max you could purchase is I'm going to run the numbers backwards real quick. The max loan amount you could borrow is $726,000. So if I do 726 divided by 80%, that means the max purchase price you could have is $900,000.
Okay. That's still very good.
It still encompasses most homes in all the counties that we're looking in.
Right. So so maximum you can borrow basically 140,000?
That would be 180,000.
180. Okay.
About $180,000.
Okay. Well, Norma, do you have any questions at this point? You're muted. Oh, Krishneel, you need to allow her to unmute herself.
Oh, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing, and then I'm going to let you take back over.
All right. So Krishneel, let's say people are interested.
Yes.
What are we doing?
So I would encourage everyone to take down my cell phone number, which I'll give you right now. Send me a text message that you're interested in doing a pre-qualification, and we will get an application taken right away. And then I'll also have you put it in the chat. So my cell phone, I would like you to text me directly with your name, so then we can get you in right away. So my cell phone number is 707-321-9921, and that's my direct cell here at the office.
Okay. You know, I forgot to ask one more question. So do you need to get any type of education for this program?
Oh, great question. Yes. So as a first-time home buyer, you have to do a first-time home buyer education course. That is a part of the underwriting process. So you don't have to do it prior to applying. So once you find a home and we've officially locked the program, then you have to do a first-time home buyer course. As an incentive for you guys being on this call today and reaching out to us, we will credit you back the first-time home buyer course when you close on your new home.
Okay.
And that course is $100 per person on the application.
So basically everybody who is applying must take this course.
Correct. Correct. Sorry, I was reading one of the questions from Ashley.
Okay.
And Ashley's question was on, it says that you have to use Cal Haffer preferred loan officer. Yes, I'm one of the preferred loan officers, and we are also one of the preferred companies on the website. So if you look up Summit Funding, you will see all of us.
Okay. Blanca, condominiums, yes. So townhouses, condominiums, single family homes.
That's correct.
No mobile homes.
No mobile homes. And no manufactured homes on a permanent foundation.
Okay. Great. Any further questions? Oh, Krishneel, can you make me a host again?
I thought I did.
I didn't.
You have the power, Alex.
No, I don't. Or just unmute Norma because she's dying to ask something.
Okay. I just put.
Or unmute everybody.
There you go. There you go. I was going to ask about the mobile homes. What if you owned a mobile home before? Can you apply?
That's a great question. So a mobile home is actually not considered real estate property. It's actually considered a vehicle. So that does not count as owning a home.
So you may sell your mobile home where you live right now, and you can purchase as a first-time home buyer.
That's correct.
That's excellent. What about new construction homes? Like, does it apply for new constructions?
It does. And I actually think new construction may be one of the best ways to utilize this program because they have current standing inventory that they can close in less than 30 days. And potentially the builder right now is adding additional closing cost credit. So you could utilize more of the 20% down payment all towards down payment and not have to use any of it towards closing costs.
Yeah. So if anybody interested in new constructions, just let me or Norma know, and we can definitely help you with the new construction. The only thing that when I'm saying new construction, we're talking about places that are already built. We cannot lock a new construction site, right? And buy it in 8 months because money is not going to be there.
That's correct, because you can only secure the money for 30 to 45 days at a time. And so we would only be able to secure the money when the home is 30 to 45 days away from being completed. So if you chose a new construction home and it's 8 months from now, likely 8 months from now, the money will be gone out of the program.
Okay.
And Blanca is asking, what about a person with IT number?
That's a great question. So the entities that underwrite these loans, which is Fannie and Freddie, which provide money for all banks, Fannie and Freddie specifically say that we have to have documented legal status with U.S. citizenship or with the proper visas. An I-10 unfortunately does not fall under that category. So someone with an I-10 would not be able to qualify for this loan.
And what about like these Dreamers programs or?
Yeah, great question. So Fannie and Freddie have said Dreamers do qualify under the program.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Any further questions, anybody? I guess not.
Oh, that's super exciting. Well, first, I just want to say thank you, Alex and Norma. Thank you so much for having me on here to answer any of these questions. And then for anyone that tuned in, please feel free to reach out. I'll give you the cell phone number again, 707-321-9921. And then we'll put it in the chat so you have it there.
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay, perfect. And we'd love to answer any questions and see if you qualify for this program. And ultimately, hopefully, one of you, if not all of you, purchase a home. It would be amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Krishneel.
Thank you.
All right, you guys. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, bye.
Bye.